Right. Okay. Got more people in the waiting room. All right. I think we're officially recording. I'm going to spotlight Jennifer. Yay, Jennifer. Yay. Y'all, this is Jennifer Cook. And I am so honored to have her be here and for just to introduce her to my friends. And those of you that are on, we are friends. And I don't know, some of you know who Jennifer Cook is. Maybe put it in the comments. Have you ever heard her speak before? You saw on the flyer her accolades, we call it Mary Kay, her experience for so many years with our company. She was so young when she started and worked her way up to being Mary Kay's personal secretary. So she was obviously very trusted and also has it together. I want her to be my secretary though. And then continue to work with the company for many years, even after that. And so, Jennifer, would you just tell us a little bit about your career, just to do a better summary than me, your experience with Mary Kay?
Well, I first started in Mary Kay in 1971, and I retired in
Wow.
2017. And so was associated with the company for 45 years. I worked with Mary Kay. 25 years of that time, I worked closely with Mary Kay. So I was 19 at the time that I started. And if you think about
Wow.
that, I
Wow.
didn't have any business experience at all. And I was able to work near Mary Kay and watch her. So you could say that everything that I learned about business and sales and marketing, I learned from Mary Kay Ash. And what a great event great opportunity that was. And so people always ask
Yeah,
me,
no
you're
kidding.
19 years old. What what was the first thing that impressed you about Mary Kay? And I always
Yeah.
have to say that it was Mary Kay's ability to motivate people. Now I'm 19, I'm sitting here, at my desk typing away because this was back in the old days. I was in the dinosaur days before when you use the manual typewriters. And I would
Yeah.
watch women come in to meet Mary Kay. And when they met Mary Kay, they would just start crying. And the first time I saw this, I thought, what in the world is going on? Well, I learned that Mary Kay was truly the definition of what a charismatic person was. She just had this aura
Yeah.
about her that radiated love and concern and
Yeah.
caring. And she would take that person's one of their hands and put it between her two hands and talk to them and get to know them. And she never
Yeah.
let anyone leave her side without setting a goal. And if they didn't have a
Wow.
goal, she would set that for them. And sometimes a person would come through, a new consultant, and Mary Kay would say, what is your goal? And they would just say, well, Mary Kay, I'm new. I don't have a goal yet. And she would look at them and say, you know what? I think you're going to be a sales director. And she would nod her head up and down, and they would, yes. And they'd say, yes, Mary Kay, I'll become a sales director. And they didn't know what that was. So they would have to go home and look at the consultant's guide and find out what a sales director was. And many of the national sales directors in their iStories, they talk about the fact that, that when they first met Mary Kay told them they were going to be a sales director. And they had to do
So
it
they just
because
did
they
it.
had committed. That was the first thing they did in the company was commit to Mary Kay. They would be a
I
sales
love it.
director. And
I love it. She really raised the bar. She really
she
raised the bar,
did. And
obviously.
she believed
So
in
was
people.
yeah, absolutely. So if you're 19 and she wouldn't tell her age, but she was probably in her early 50s, right? So she was a mother figure for you, right? Would you say
You
that?
could say more a grandmother figure for me,
Grandmother.
because,
Okay.
well, let's see,
Okay.
yeah, she was probably in her late 50s and I was 19. So that would have been about
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did she have a nickname for you? Did she call you Jennifer or did she call you Pumpkin or anything like that?
No,
If she
she
was a
called me
grandmother figure,
Jennifer.
did she?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. She did call me
she
Jennifer.
did. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she
Yeah.
respected you. I'm sure she
Yes.
really respected you. So, I love that. So the friends that we have on, if you are a guest, a customer of a Mary Kay Girl, please make sure that you comment with your name and your consultant's name so she gets credit and so that you get in the drawing because we'll be doing a drawing in just a bit. We have several drawings actually of some giveaways. And then if you are in Mary Kay, we want to hear where you're from. We love to see where everyone's joining us from. So glad you guys are on. So thank you for the customers to understand. I think you probably noticed this through your Mary Kay Girl, but our company, when you ask somebody, what is the most, if you have to pick one thing of why our company is the most special and why nothing else can ever really compete with Mary Kay, what is the one thing that we have that no one else has? And the answer will be Mary Kay Ash. And so just this special woman. And we don't worship her. We don't worship her. We love how God made her. And she's so inspiring because in her late 40s, whenever it was civil rights time, it was a lot going on in our country at the time. For a woman to start a business for women, now we're like, what's the big deal? This was a very big deal. She was very brave. She was very, very courageous and was willing to do the not normal, right? And so what did you notice about her with that sort of personality, Jennifer? Like she was a very small person, right? Wasn't she not even 5 feet tall?
Yeah, she was around 5 feet tall. She was a very tiny
Yeah.
woman. But like you said, in the 60s, it was definitely a different world because back then the only
Yeah.
women that worked were nurses and secretaries and clerks. There were no professional women and teachers. And that was about all that women
Okay.
were sanctioned to do back then. If a woman got pregnant, she had to quit her job and stay home. They didn't allow pregnant teachers. There was so much women couldn't get a loan. When the first beauty consultants were out trying to recruit, they would take their husbands with them to verify to the husbands that the company was a good company and that their wives could make
Wow.
money at this company. And
Wow.
the husbands would have to sign for the loans for the beauty consultants. It was just a completely different world than it is today, where women have
Definitely.
so much more independence. So she really did carve out a path for women to step out of that role of just being a secretary and step into the role of managing your own business.
Absolutely. And be proud of it and take
Right,
ownership and confidence of doing that, right? I love that.
right. Uh-huh.
So obviously then working for the company for 45 years and with Mary Kay and her being such a trailblazer to change the world really was
Right.
something that was very strange. We don't understand how strange it was that she was doing this for women. So thank you for explaining that. There was a lot of change that you guys saw happen. The company began in 1963, so that's when JFK was shot. That's when Martin Luther King, all the civil rights, all the things was happening.
Right.
And then came the 70s, and then came the 80s. Like, wow. And then it keeps going. So what do you feel like that's what we really want to hear from you tonight that we're most excited about is, in the office when you and her are working together and the door is shut, what did you observe about her mentality behind all the change?
Well, okay. Mary Kay was, first of all, she was a Christian. Second of all, she was a businesswoman. And so, as she said, change is inevitable. You have to stay up with change. You have to stay up with new products, new formulas. You have to be competitive. But there are
Mhm.
some things that are non-negotiable, that shouldn't be
Mhm.
changed, and that is your core values. And so she
Mhm.
always, our core values were the golden rule: God first, family second, and career third. And then the
Okay.
go get principles. Those were what she built this company on, and which she was always most adamant about the beautiful consultants, always keeping in
Mhm.
mind and always practicing. So even though that change is inevitable and we have our core values that are inevitable, we also need to realize that women, there's some things about women that never change.
Yeah.
And that's what this company is built on. When Mary Kay was going to choose a product, she chose cosmetics for two reasons. First of all,
Yeah.
that it's a used up product and you have to call for reorders. And second of all,
Yeah.
all women, or most women, we can't say all, but most women are
Yeah.
interested in cosmetics And then most women are also interested in not getting old. And so
Right.
that, they all want to look their best and look as young as they can for as long as they can. Another thing that is important to remember, and especially in this day and age with all this social media, women want to socialize. And
It's true.
there's so
It's
few
true.
opportunities now for women to socialize. Um, just think about the skincare classes that you hold and some that you've been to, how much fun they were, and how
I
much you
know.
enjoyed learning how to
I know.
put on those cosmetics. I mean, that is timeless. And then another
Yeah.
thing
It's true.
that doesn't change is that women want personal attention.
Yeah.
And
True.
that's what Mary Kay said. She would go to the cosmetic stores and somebody at the counter would apply her cosmetics and sell her all these cosmetics. Then she would go home and she would not remember what to do with them, wouldn't know the order of application, couldn't figure out, how that person put the eyeliner on her or the eyeshadows. She
It's
said
true. Yeah.
she got home and she just thought, I bought all this stuff. Now what do I do with it?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what she wanted to do. Was we Mary Kay Beauty Consultants teach skincare and color cosmetics. And you
Yeah.
can look
It's
at a
true.
YouTube video all day long, but that person on the other end of that YouTube video can't say to you, you have on your eyeliner too thick. And that's the
Yeah.
feedback that women want. They want that personal attention. So we
It's
need to
true.
keep that in mind. Um,
Yes.
as we look at the Mary Kay
Yeah.
opportunity, what do women want? And especially,
Yeah.
why is this woman interested? Is she interested in color, or is she getting older and interested in preventing aging?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
someone can't, through a YouTube video or through a Facebook video, can't come out and say, you
It's
need this
true.
eye cream for your eye. And that's
It's
why
true.
it's
The
important.
personal
It's that
consultation.
personal contact.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now,
I would love to hear real quick, Jennifer, from the girls that are watching, if you're able to type some of the things that you love about your Mary Kay girl for the reasons she's talking about, the personal touch, or if you're a Mary Kay girl, what are some things that you feel like our company, what sets us apart? Maybe do you like gathering women? We say that Mary Kay asked us to gather women around a kitchen table or a computer screen. We can send samples to your aunt in Maine or whatever and do it like this, but to have that connection, it is interesting. I've been in 24 years, Jennifer. It is interesting how it has not ever become irrelevant. They'll
it's
say, people say, you
because
still have those parties. You still have those parties. I'm like, yes. And women want it now more than ever. Like we want to gather and we want to encourage each other. We don't
well,
want to be sold,
yeah,
but we want
that's
to
why
gather.
women. That's why women have book clubs, and that you go to exercise classes. You can exercise
Yeah.
at home alone
Yeah.
watching a video, but it's not
Yeah.
the same as
Not the same.
having an instructor and being in a room with a bunch of people. You don't
It's
have
true.
that group community group that is so
It's
important
true.
to it. But I do want to say a little bit about social media, because that is an
Okay.
important part of life now. And if the fact
Yeah.
is that we know this about women, and we know that the social impact is important, but
Mhm.
you should use all the tools that are available to you.
Yeah.
Social media should be one of the tools in
Yes.
your toolbox, not the
It's good.
only tool that you lean on, because a lot of people, I think, now are beginning to get off social media because it's
Yeah.
just
A
become
little bit.
overrun with
Yeah.
people trying to sell you things. And so
Yeah.
but it's a tool that you can use to your advantage.
Connect.
But it
Yeah.
is
To
not
connect.
the only tool. And the most important tool is personal contact.
It's true. I agree. I love
And
it. I
like
can
you said,
tell
how
that
can
you
I
have
use
some
this?
notes that are most important.
Right. How can I
Sorry.
use this change for my benefit? And how does it fit my personality? And how does it fit the
Mhm.
personality of my customers? So those are some of the things that
Oh,
you
that's
need
really good.
to look at. It's not one answer for all. It's, these are my customers. How do they like to be serviced? But also,
Yeah.
how do I like to service people? Do I
Yeah.
like them to text me with their orders? Do I like them to phone
Mm.
in their orders? Do they like me
Hmm.
to contact them when it's time to reorder?
Yeah.
Always take the
Yeah.
wishes of your customer in mind, because you're there to serve them and to help
That's true.
them feel more beautiful.
I love that. Well, and you started to say important because Mary Kay Ash did say, make
Yeah.
sure every woman has a sign around her neck saying, make me feel important. I love how passionate you're getting, Jennifer, because you know the heart of Mary Kay better than anybody else. And I mean, to be a fly on the wall in the office when it was just the two of you, to see your conversation, like that's what I'm like, oh, that would be so cool. Like, was there ever anything that you guys talked about? That was not Mary Kay? Like, did you guys visit about things? I mean, did she talk about cutting coupons or like, I don't know, normal people things? Or was she y'all just like
Of
all work?
course
Because I
she
mean, you
did.
work
I
for
mean,
her.
well,
Yeah.
you would see her at the elevator with her coupons in her hand, getting ready to go to the grocery store after work. So, or at Christmas time,
I love it.
she bought her grandchildren's uh, toys, great grandchildren's toys at the
Uh-huh.
I mean, the drugstore. And back then I think
Walgreens
it
or
was
something.
Eckerd's. Yeah, I think it was
Yes.
Eckerd's. She would
That
have
was before
her
CVS.
Eckerd's coupons in her hand of the toys that she picked out and go to
Yes.
the drugstore and buy those toys. So she was just such a
I love it.
practical woman. She,
Yeah, yeah, and a hard worker. And that has to do, you guys, if y'all haven't read her autobiography, ask your Mary Kay girl to borrow or to have an autobiography. We have lots of extra copies. It's so inspirational just as a woman, just what she went through and what made her so tough. Okay, we're gonna do a quick little pause. If you've not commented your name and your consultant's name, if you're one of our customers tonight, be sure and put that in the chat because our friend Kimberly is putting it in a drawing. We're gonna do a drawing right now. We have some giveaways. It's really fun. The first thing we're giving away is one of the brand new eyeshadow sticks. Have you tried these, Jennifer? I don't know how you get new stuff. I know a really good Mary Kay girl if you need one. But um, these are the new eyeshadow sticks. Have you heard of them, Jennifer? Have you heard of them?
oh, I haven't.
No. Oh, they're so great. Who has an eyeshadow stick? Do you guys love these? I know some of my customers all now have them. Brooke does love them. Yeah, this one is in Copper Nova. And so if you already have it, now you have a backup, or you can give it as a Christmas gift. But this is so great. It's kind of looks like a lipstick almost, and then it just glides on. It's gorgeous. It's so quick. Everybody is obsessed with these new eyeshadow sticks. So we're gonna do a drawing for that. So Kimberly, if you're ready, let's go ahead and give away this eyeshadow stick. We don't want to take too much time for that. We want to get back to Jennifer, but we do have some freebies, so I'm excited. Thanks for being on, Teresa. You guys, be sure also while we're doing this, y'all comment and tell Jennifer what you're loving about what she's saying and all of that. So, okay, first giveaway for the eyeshadow sticks. Drum roll. Oh, she's putting more in. That's okay. That's good. Teresa's getting in. I love that. Yay! Drum roll for the eyeshadow stick. Woo woo! Oh, it's like slow motion right now. Jennifer Stanley! Woo! Get the eyeshadow stick. I don't think she's got one of these yet. You're going to love this, Jennifer. Okay, let's do another one right now. Kimberly, the next one we're going to give away our newest mascara that everyone's obsessed with. It's called Great Heights Mascara. Again, if you already have it, you can have an extra for when yours goes out. You know, you're supposed to replace it every 30 days, ophthalmologists say, but that's kind of crazy. It's Georgia. Is it Georgia? All right, Georgia, you get the mascara. Yay. Okay, and we have two more giveaways, and we'll do that in just a few minutes right before we close. So thank you, Kimberly. We will go back to Jennifer now. So I love that. Okay, so okay, are you guys having fun? Y'all be sure and say, like, put in the comment, like, things that you're loving that you're hearing from Jennifer. So I have to say, this is a little off topic, but when I was making your flyer, looking at your photos, I was like, well, she looks the same. You you have not aged very. I mean, I know we need to age some or we'll look weird. But you look so good. You obviously have used Mary. So you've used Mary Kay since you were 19, I guess. That's a lot of,
Yeah,
right? That's
since
a
I
lot of
was
Mary.
19
Yes.
years old. Yes.
Oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
obviously, like you love it. What's your favorite Mary Kay product? Would you say? Can you pick one?
I really can't, because
I know.
you just use them all the day. Maybe the one that has vitamin C and E, Serum
Yeah,
C.
the Serum C plus C. If you didn't bring up that, I was going to bring it up. Are y'all obsessed with the Serum C plus C? Seriously,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's my very favorite. I mean, they're all so good, but It smells like cookies, right, Jennifer? So that's good. But y'all know that serum C plus C is lifting serum too. It's not called it, but it is. So I knew, yeah, Jennifer's my friend. We see things the same way. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I would love for you to also like, so just for y'all to know, I don't know if customers know this, but tomorrow we have a change happening in our company, and that's part of why we scheduled it for this time. And so exciting to be able to hear from Jennifer and just this mindset. There have been so many changes, as we've heard a little bit about, in all the years of Mary Kay, 61 years that our company has been around and doing amazing. So tomorrow a big change hits and our websites change, and there's an opportunity for women to make money even if they're only able to do it a little part-time. Do you have advice for us, Jennifer, just to have our mind correct about change as it's happening? Like maybe some of us are like freaking out about it. Like, why is it changing? And some of us are just like so excited. And then there's something in between. What would you say to that girl that's just like, I don't know, I don't think change is really good. Maybe we should never change. I don't know. Do you have any advice for us?
Well, this is what I would tell people that would say, well, what about all the changes? And I would say, I have never seen when I was there a change that the company made that wasn't for the best. And if they discovered they were wrong, they would go back and correct it. It's not that they got it
Yeah.
perfect all the time, because you are going to make some changes
Yeah.
that are, well, maybe that's not for the best, but they would go back and correct it. But the thing
Yeah.
is, as change is inevitable, but the core values don't change. And that's what's so important. It's the
Yeah.
core values that don't change. Um,
Yeah.
and the
I'm glad you brought
products,
that
they
up
are going to
earlier.
change. If you ask me, the biggest change in the company that I've seen was I was back when they had you had to mix your eyeshadows with water to put them on. You didn't have lipsticks. You
Can
had
y'all
a lip and
imagine
eye
that?
palette, and you had to put your
Well,
all your lipstick on with a lip brush. There was an oatmeal mask that you had to mix, and I mean, it was we had when they first started, they only had a few shades. And so the beauty consultants would mix the shades together, of
yeah,
course, this today.
they're a little artist. Yeah.
And there would be, today you couldn't do it because of all the rules and regulations, but they would just take them and mix them together and find the formulas right for their customers and sell them to them. Um, Whereas today, there's so many shades that you can choose from that you are going to be able to find the
Yeah,
right
I
shade.
know.
So,
It's
they were
crazy. And I was
innovative.
told, am I correct that even back then, like that sounds crazy, like very homemade and not very impressive, but I was told even back that was really impressive. That Mary Kay was the top market, even like when they're mixing things together,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Well, and it's
Yeah, it's not like it wasn't great.
it's not like it wasn't great. And the thing is that every time there's a change, there's going to be people that can't adapt to the change, and they're not going to be happy, and they're not going to make the change work for them. But then there's
Okay.
the others that say, how can this change benefit me?
There
And
it is, right
and
there.
they figure it out. They figure it out. And they're the
Hmm.
ones that are going to figure this out, and they're the ones you need to listen to. Don't listen to the people that are telling you, this change isn't going to work. Listen to the people who are moving forward through the change
Yeah.
and finding the way to make it work.
Yes. Oh, I have chills. That is so good. We ask ourselves, how can this change benefit me? And
Right.
then we can say, and others that I care about. So y'all let's repeat after Jennifer. How can this change benefit me? This helps all of us in our life, right? It can be Jennifer at her job, right? It can be Brooke at home with the kids, right? It can be like, how can this change, whatever's changing, benefit me? That is even like so much more of an encouraging thought personally, even in my head, than if I let myself go down the rabbit hole of looking at all the reasons why it's not. So we have Miss Lane. Thanks for being on. Lene says, I love the book you wrote about Mary Kay. Where can I order it now? I gave all my copies away. Oh,
Try Amazon.
oh,
They're kind of limited, in the copies that are out there, but every once in a while one comes on to Amazon.
okay.
So
I love it. Okay, so Kimberly typed it out for us. How can this change benefit me and others I care about? Jennifer said change is healthy. As long as core values stay the same, Teresa says. Changes help a company stay current with the time and necessary for growth and relevancy. Well said, Teresa. That's really
That's
good. It's
right.
so
Yeah.
true. It's so true. And for I so respect the way you see it. Like you've seen so much change. And so for you, I think it could be easy to say, no, Mary Kay was better back in 1982, whenever blah blah blah, like whatever, because you've seen it.
Hmm.
But instead, you're here encouraging us to grasp onto the change. So I'm super encouraged. Are you guys encouraged? I love that so much. So I have to say on a personal level, Kimberly's, if you haven't put your name in the chat yet, your name and your consultant's name, do it. Make sure you do it because we'll do the 2 more drawings before we hang up. But you guys, Jennifer is I respect her so much. And just on a personal note, we both love Jesus very much. And as a Christ follower, she brought up that Mary Kay Ash was a Christian. And so you guys know, like, um, as a believer, Mary Kay started this company because God told her to, and she obeyed what he said, and that's why our company is successful.
Hmm.
And we just know that, and the core values, the golden rule is in the Bible. It's Matthew chapter 7, treat others as you want to be treated. And so we all know that these are God's ideas, and that's why the company works, and that's why our lives work when we put others first, when we love well, when we're encouragers, but those core values. So I'm just so grateful that Mary Kay was such a brave woman
Hmm.
in a time when it was very strange to start a company for women. And I can't imagine. You guys know that we're in 30 plus countries, 1.6 million consultants, the last number I heard. Wow, what an impact. What an impact one woman made. And so I just encourage all of us to just realize that our lives are so valuable and what we choose to do and not do really does matter. Maybe we're not famous like Mary Kay and going into a million countries, but whatever sphere of influence that we're in right now, we can be that positive influence. We can have that attitude that Jennifer's teaching us to not be the sour grape, but to be the sweet, yummy melon. To say, let's make the best out of this, right? And so, how can change
Hmm.
benefit us? So, I'm so excited. I'm excited to spend some even prayer and journaling time with that question, Jennifer, because I think there are so many things that I don't know yet about the change. As it changes, we're learning, and then it's like, wow, there's some really great benefits that I'm really excited about.
Hmm.
So,
That's
what a blessing
right.
you
And
are.
you don't know. You don't know until it happens what's going to happen, and then you have to figure it out. But
Figure
and
it
that
out.
means
Be
you have to have
willing.
some thinking time. You know,
Yeah,
so
it's
many
true.
people they don't think about, okay, this is a problem, and I need to put my mind to it because how can I use this to my best ability? So yeah.
Yes, it's true. It's so good. You are such a blessing, Jennifer. I mean, I'm ready to put on my pajamas and hang out with her for the next 3 hours, but I guess we better wrap it up. So, you guys make sure and give her some love in the comments. And Kimberly, let's go ahead and we have 2 more giveaways. The first one is our Satin Body Indulge Shea Wash. Do you guys use this? Do y'all use the white tea and citrus satin body line? There's a scrub and a wash and a lotion. This is a great gift for tonight, I figured, because again, if you already have one, put it in the other shower, right? So we're gonna you added Monica. Okay, that's good. Perfect. So let's see who gets this Indulge Shea Wash. Woo woo! Yay! So fun. Joyce, I mean, Jennifer, you seen the comments? Joyce said you are so inspiring. Brooke
Oh, thank
Stevenson,
you.
look at that. Her husband just said that when he was listening, he said he would use it. So there you go, AJ. You got to be a man of your word and use the indulgent Shea Wash. I love it. Yay, Brooke. And then last but not least, we have this. Actually, it's not a Mary Kay product. It's a very special children's book that Jennifer donated, and it's called Ruby Lee and the Bumblebee, A Bee's Bit of Wisdom. It is precious. It is hardback. The illustrations are beautiful. This would be a really great gift for a kiddo or a grandchild, or you can just keep it for yourself because it's super positive and happy and makes you feel good about the world and everyone in it. So who wins this one? Let's see, Miss Kimberly. So the list is getting shorter because you're taking them off as they win, I think, right? Is that the deal? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Just so y'all know. All right. It's Miss Teresa, I think. Teresa, okay. I don't know. Are you going to give it to a kid or are you going to keep it for yourself? You get to choose. So, I love it. I love it. Well, those of you that are on that are in Mary Kay, let's commit to each other. Y'all put it in the comments that we commit to each other to be a positive influence as things change, and that we will help tell others this phrase that Jennifer taught us. How can this change benefit me and others around me? That we will be someone that will spend time talking to the Lord about that and journaling and then sharing with others to be positive. And then if you are one of our customers, we love you guys so much. Your support means the world. Thank you for honoring me and honoring Jennifer for being on because her time is so valuable and we are so grateful for her wisdom. And thank you for supporting your Mary Kay girl. She would love your business this Christmas season. If you haven't, have you bought everything? I bet you there's still something else you can get. Get something for your UPS and FedEx man. Get something, get something for the girl at the gas station that always smiles when you buy the coffee. Whatever. She would love to bless you with that. And you might talk to her about joining her team because of the changes that are happening. Mary, there's never been a better time to be a part of Mary Kay and have a business, whether super part-time as a beauty insider or whether you want to go earn a pink Cadillac like me or anything in between. So we love you guys, Jennifer. We honor you
Yeah.
and thank you so much. Bless you for blessing us.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yay. Okay. Bye, guys.